Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Greenberg Traurig. We're delighted to be with Europe. I can tell you I've been very impressed with them. I often go and speak to young people about motivating about life. And what I was impressed, everybody else was so attentive as though they wanted to retain every little thing that you said. You know, you can have all the programs you want, and if the kids are not listening to what you're doing, you really can't accomplish anything. So I want to congratulate you folks. Whatever you do, they pay attention.
Having an economy where we move more and more people from below Alice threshold to above Alice threshold, that's what it's all about. We will try to have a panel here where we can have education, we can have industry, we can have entrepreneurial spirit, all here present, and discuss best practices. How is that companies are already making that move and finding ways to make that economic mobility a reality.
To me, what you get from university, from college training is an ability to communicate, to think, to write. That's the most important thing. None of us can tell you what the future is going to look like. We can't tell you what jobs are going to be most interesting. I think we think that, well, not everybody is suited for college training. I think that's really not true. I think we all can benefit. It's just very expensive for a lot of people.
We started the conversation, and I started by asking, do we have economic mobility? Does everybody have the chance? And are we doing a good job of helping everybody find those opportunities?
When we talk about jobs and we talk about opportunities and what's available, you know, I think about young people that I know in the community and also in my own home. And the idea of researching jobs and what they pay well before you're in the market. I mean, when we were growing up, to some extent, you knew what a lawyer made, you knew what a doctor made, and if you wanted what they had, you kind of geared yourself toward that. There are so many more opportunities for position, and we've worked with some community organizations where we bring young people in, and it's all about exposure. When I think about our community, we've got all of these other type of careers within that 23,000, and they don't all require that you go get a 4-year degree.
We've been shifting our model. When I started at the college 17 years ago, over 70% of our students, their intention was to go on and obtain a 4-year degree. Today, it's almost half. So we've started to shift towards individuals who are coming to us to get short-term workforce credentials that allow them to get a job. The key is to have them focused on where the jobs are, and that gives everybody a foot in the door.
What we're talking about is actually marketing, right? There are opportunities and then there's a marketing message. And so if someone is making a low ticket purchase, they need to see and be exposed to something at least 6 times. If it's something that's more expensive, it's about 17 to 19 times that you need to be able to see this message over and over again before they actually make a decision. And so I don't know why we understand that from a commerce standpoint, but we don't understand that from an opportunity and an education standpoint, that it's not just one job fair, it's not just one day of job shadowing. It needs to be continuous exposure to these young people. It's a different conversation.
We need to have these kind of forums. That's why we like the Europe mission, because at the end, it's also a matter of role models. It's not like someone just telling you, you need to go to college. Yeah, but after that, what I will do? Yeah. And in terms of Europe, provide them with a lot of tools, but more than that, at the job site, they are exposed to different role models. And then they say, well, you know, I want also that kind of work. So they start to ask around, and that is the kind of mobility that you can start generating because of that.
We have 70,000 young adults out of school and out of work in the greater Miami-Dade. 70,000. At the same time, we have 271,000 middle-skill jobs. What we're trying to do is, we talk about housing affordability, we talk about transportation, we talk about workforce development, we talk about all these things. And I think that what is missing is the glue that will keep all these things together. And I think it's economic mobility, and the big one is education.
Someone a lot wiser than me said, because we're doing well, we have the responsibility to do good. So I ask of you to connect with any single person here that is part of Europe to know how to give into the organization.